Alright, so it's the start of the year, and if you're anything like me, you're already thinking ahead about what actually makes sense to own this year, not just what looked good on paper last year. The Datejust conversation is especially interesting right now because demand hasn't gone away, but it has shifted. We're seeing collectors slow down, get more selective, and lean into pieces that feel timeless, but still interesting. And that's why this video matters. If you're looking at the best Rolex Datejust models to look out for in 2026, not hype pieces, not flex for the sake of flex, but watches people actually wear, keep, and enjoy, this is where things get fun. We're talking about models that have proven demand, strong collector interest, and designs that age really well. Nothing here is random. These picks are all rooted in what people have been buying, holding, and quietly chasing based on real trends. I'm not ranking these because one is bad and one is good. These are all great. The ranking is more about momentum, versatility, and how well each one fits into where the market and collector mindset is heading in 2026. The Datejust has always been Rolex's most honest watch. It's not pretending to be a tool watch or a status piece only. Since 1945, it's been the everyday Rolex that works everywhere. That's why it's also the line where trends show up first. Dial colors, sizes, metals, even bracelet preferences. If something is shifting in the Rolex world, the Datejust usually reflects it early. Right now, what collectors want is balance, comfort, wearability, and designs that don't feel dated 5 years later. That's exactly why these specific references stand out going into 2026. So let's get into it. I'll walk you through these the same way I'd explain them to a friend sitting across the table, not reading spec sheets, but talking about how they actually live on the wrist and how the market has treated them so far. Rank number 6, Rolex Lady Datejust 69240, blue dial 26mm. Starting things off with a piece that doesn't get enough credit in modern conversations, the Rolex Lady Datejust 69240 with the blue dial in 26mm is one of those watches that quietly keeps winning over time. Collectors who own these usually aren't flipping them, they wear them, a lot. It's lightweight, super comfortable, and that classic oyster bracelet just disappears on the wrist. The 26mm size might sound small if you're used to modern trends, but for a lot of people, especially those with slimmer wrists or who like understated elegance, it feels just right. Market-wise, by late 2025 into early 2026, these have been trading in the roughly mid 4,000 to low 5,000 range depending on condition, based on watch charts data. That steady pricing tells you something. Demand is consistent, not speculative. The blue dial is really the secret sauce here. It's not loud, but it changes with the light. Indoors, it feels calm and professional. Outdoors, it pops just enough. Compared to some of the diamond-heavy Lady Datejusts on this list, this one leans more everyday and practical. It's the watch you grab without thinking, and that's a big reason it holds long-term appeal. Rank number 5, Rolex Lady Datejust 2, 79383RBR, with diamond bezel and marker silver dial. Now stepping into something a little more expressive, the Lady Datejust 2 79383 RBR with a diamond bezel and diamond markers on a silver dial is unapologetically elegant, and collectors who go for this know exactly what they're buying. This is a modern 28mm case, which gives it more presence than the older 26mm, but it still wears comfortably thanks to the Jubilee bracelet and Rolex's case proportions. The yellow, gold, and steel two-tone combo feels very intentional here. It doesn't try to hide its luxury angle, and honestly, that's why it works. From a market perspective, toward the first quarter of 2026, these are averaging in the low to mid 20,000 range on watch charts. That price stability is driven by a very specific buyer base that keeps demand consistent. The silver dial plays a big role. It keeps the diamonds from feeling overdone. Compared to the blue 26mm we just talked about, this one is more event-oriented, but a lot of owners still wear it daily because it's surprisingly versatile with neutral outfits. It's less about subtlety and more about polished confidence. Rank number 4, Rolex Datejust 3616233 yellow gold, two-tone black dial. This one right here is pure classic Datejust energy. The Rolex Datejust just 36. Reference 16233 with yellow gold, two-tone, and a black dial has been gaining quiet momentum again, especially among collectors who appreciate older, 5-digit references. Owners love this watch because it feels like vintage without being fragile. The 36mm case hits that sweet spot where it works on almost any wrist. The fluted yellow gold bezel adds just enough presence, and that black dial brings everything back to center. It's serious, clean, and timeless. Market-wise, by the end of 2025 and into January 2026, these have been hovering around the 7,000 to 8,000 range depending on condition and bracelet stretch, according to watch charts. That's a strong position for a reference that's no longer in production. The older movement doesn't have the 70-hour power reserve you see in newer Datejusts, but that's not really the point here. This watch is about feel and history. Compared to the newer two-tone Datejust 41 on this list, this one feels more compact and traditional. Neither is better. They just serve different tastes. Rank number 3, Rolex Datejust 31 178240, white Roman dial diamond bezel. This is one of those sleeper configurations that collectors always talk about after they've owned one. The Datejust 31 reference 178240 with the white Roman dial and diamond bezel sits in a really interesting space. The 31mm size is incredibly versatile. It wears balanced, not too small, not oversized. Owners often say this is a size that makes the most sense long-term because it works with both casual and formal outfits. The smooth steel case paired with a diamond bezel is a combo that feels refined without going full dress watch. By late 2025 into early 2026, average pricing has been landing around the 8K range on watch charts. That's been fairly steady, which tells you collectors aren't rushing to sell these. The white Roman dial is what gives this watch its personality. It feels classic, almost architectural. Compared to the mother of pearl Datejust 31 coming up next, this one is more restrained and traditional. It's the choice for someone who wants elegance without flash, and that's exactly why demand keeps showing up. Rank number 2, Rolex Datejust 31 278274 white mother of pearl dial. This is where modern Rolex design really shines. The Datejust 31, reference 278274 with the white mother-of-pearl dial, is one of the most talked about configurations going into 2026, and for good reason. Collectors love how dynamic this dial is. No two look exactly the same, and that subtle shimmer changes constantly depending on lighting. The fluted white gold bezel adds texture without overpowering the dial, and the Jubilee bracelet keeps it comfortable for all-day wear. From a market standpoint, in January 2026, these are typically sitting around the 16,000 to 18,000 range based on watch charts averages. Demand remains strong because this watch checks a lot of boxes. It's modern, versatile, and still feels special. Compared to the Roman dial Datejust 31, this one leans more expressive and contemporary. It's the kind of watch people notice, but they don't immediately know why. That's a powerful thing in a long-term collection. Rank number 1, Rolex Datejust 41 126331-0 002 two-tone chocolate brown sunray dial. This one has been on a serious run, and heading into 2026, it earns the top spot. The Rolex Datejust 41, reference 126331-0002, with the two-tone Everose gold and chocolate brown sunray dial, has become a modern classic. Collectors consistently talk about how wearable this watch is despite its size. The 41mm case sounds big, but the proportions are dialed in. The Everose gold fluted bezel warms up the entire watch, and that chocolate dial is just incredibly versatile. It works with jeans, suits, travel, everything. By year-end 2025 and into early 2026, average prices have been hovering around the mid to high teens, roughly 18,000 to 20,000 depending on condition according to watch charts. What's impressive is how stable that range has been despite market fluctuations. The modern movement with the 70-hour power reserve and the smooth jumping date function makes this a great daily and travel watch. Compared to the 36mm black dial two-tone, this one feels more contemporary and expressive, but both clearly belong in the best of conversation. So that's my take on the best Rolex Datejust models to look out for in 2026. Based on where demand has been and where collectors are actually putting their money and risk time. I'm curious what you think. Which one of these would you personally choose if you were buying this year? Or is there a Datejust reference you think deserves to be in this conversation? Drop it in the comments, I read all of them. If you want to keep going, I've got videos coming up on long-term Rolex holds and underrated references that collectors are sleeping on right now. And if you enjoyed this, give the video a like and subscribe. No pressure, but it helps the channel and keeps these conversations going.